guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is the YouTube Made Me Buy It tag, and I'll be applying all the products I speak about straight onto my face so you guys can see if they really work. So if you want to see how to get this makeup look, then just keep watching. So first off, I'm going to start by spritzing my face with MAC Fix Plus. Now as you can see, my nozzle's kind of died, so it's quite hard to moisturise my face with it. But this is a product I use for like hydrating my skin after I've applied moisturiser or to intensify my shadows. Next off, I'm going to take the Nivea Men's Post Shave Balm as a primer. As many of you know, this has a lot of glycerin in it, which is like an adhesive for your makeup. It's used in a lot of primers, so that's why this became so popular. So I'll just take that, put it on my fingers and rub it into my skin. And then next off for foundation, I'm going to take the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation in the shade Y235. I'm just going to shake this, pump a few pumps onto my hand, and use a Real Technique stippling brush. Just going to put that on my face. Sorry if I'm looking down here, I've just put a mirror down there. Now I'm using a stippling brush because I don't want too much coverage with it. This is definitely like a medium to buildable coverage, so if that's what you're looking for, it's ideal. Really good for dry to normal skin because it does give that kind of subtly glowy finish. For like a natural look, that's enough foundation for me, so I'm going to move on to concealer, and this is the Instant Anti-Age The Eye Eraser. Now I would have never have used this if it wasn't for YouTube, because obviously it says anti-age. I'm only 20. I'm not overly concerned with aging just yet, but this is amazing. So full coverage, so good. So I'm just going to put it under my eyes, my chin, down my nose, and also on my forehead. And then obviously I'm just using my stippling brush again. So now I've got my foundation and concealer on, I'm just going to go ahead and apply the original RCMA No Colour Powder. I absolutely love this powder. Whether you're going to bake under your eyes if you applied a really full coverage concealer that tends to crease a lot, or what I tend to do is actually just dip my brush in, tap off the excess, which says a lot, and then just put it under my eyes, because that's where my concealer creases quite a lot. I absolutely love this product. It's a dupe for another cult classic, Laura Mercier translucent powder, but this is so inexpensive. I think it's £9, but I'll leave all the links to the products in the description box down below. But definitely invest in this, no kidding. Whether you like a dewy skin or not like I do, you need this in your life. Then next up, I'm going to move on to my eyes, and I'm going to use the Urban Decay Primer Potion, and this is just in the colour Original. Now, I don't think this is the best thing on the market. It is really good and it does hold your eyeshadow in place, but I think if you just use the H1 concealer and the RCMA powder, it just works just as well. You just need kind of like a sticky adhesive base. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to use this. What I do is I just put it onto my ring finger and just blend that in. And then I'm sure this palette will come as no surprise to a lot of you. I'm going to be using the Naked Urban Decay Original palette. As you can see, this is much loved. This was my first ever palette and I still love it to death. It's so amazing. I've got some really good warm colours in there, some really good sparkly lid shades, and a few cool tones to make a really good smoky eye. I just love this palette. A set of brushes that have been made famous by YouTube, and that is the Morphe brushes, and this is the Morphe E27. And I'm going to take the colour Naked to start off with. Just use that as a crease shade. I haven't actually used this palette in so long, I forgot how good it was. Still feel, no matter how many palettes you have, this is a must in every makeup collection. It's so bloomin' good. It's definitely by far my favourite Naked palette. Love it so much. Right, and then I'm just going to intensify the crease using the shade Buck, which is this one just here, with the same brush. And just blending that out using windscreen wiper motions. And then I'm just going to take a really big Morphe M510 brush. This is an eyeshadow brush, but a lot of people use it for highlighter, but I'm just going to use that to blend those two crease colours together because it's such a big fluffy brush. It literally just does the job in seconds. And then the next palette I'm going to use is another cult classic. It's the Morphe 35O palette. And I love this. It is, as I've mentioned in about 3 or 4 videos now, it is my holy grail palette. It's the perfect warm tone palette. I mean, just jam a nail in it, but just look at it. It's so gorgeous. And I've been obsessed with using this shadow just here on my lid. So I'm going to take a Real Techniques Bold Metals 200 brush and just dip into that shade and put it all over my lid. Oh, so pretty, and it's so pigmented. And then I'm just going to go back in with that crease brush we used and blend those two shades together. And then I'm going to go back into the Morphe 35O palette and take that second shade and use it as an inner corner highlight and a brow bone highlight. I'm also going to mix that with a bit of Sin from the Naked Original palette, which, as you can tell, was my most loved shade because it's vanished. And then moving on to eyebrows. This is not my normal eyebrow routine, but I'm going to take the Morphe 35O and use shadows from in there. So I feel like what I'm going to do for this is take this like medium brown shade just here and use that on my brows, because I kind of got into Anastasia Beverly Hills after I started, before I started watching YouTube, so I feel like I can't really mention it. So I'm just going to lightly put that through my brows. I haven't used shadow in ages, so if my brows look a bit weird, I apologise. This is kind of stepping into the unknown again. And these are very pigmented shadows. I'm actually really happy with that brow. I might use this more often. Sorry if my eyebrows do look a little bit red, I've literally just had them threaded, so they are a little bit red basically. I quite like that, I'm quite happy with those brows. I'll have to see what I think during the day on how they last. But I quite like them. Sorry, I've just gone and put some lip balm on because my lips are really chapped at the moment, so ignore that. But just before I apply anything on my lips, I just need that lip balm to soak in for a bit. The next product I'm going to use is the Benefits 3D Brow Tones, which you all know I use in every tutorial, even though it isn't my favourite, but I need to use it up. So I'm just going to put this through my brows. So to finish off my eyes, I'm going to go ahead and apply mascara. I'm not going to film this as I don't really have a mascara that YouTube made me buy. I'll be right back. There we go, that's my mascara done. I also went and applied Naked and Buck just under my lower lash line, just because I wanted the eyes just tie a little better. I wanted something on my bottom lash line. So the next product I'm going to use is like one of my most expensive products for what it is. But I bought the Kevna Kwan Sculpting Powder in medium brown. Now this is like a relatively new purchase of mine, and I do really like it now. I finally bought a good brush for it, but I feel like maybe it's just slightly too dark for my complexion. But anyway, I'm going to use it. So I'm just going to take my Morphe R14 brush, dip it in and tap off the excess, and then just go in circular motions. I feel like it just doesn't carve and give me these really like sharp cheekbones, which everyone else seems to get, but maybe it's just the artist, not the product. And I'm just going to take any excess and put it on my temples as well, just to narrow in my 5 head. The thing I love about this product is you can make it really subtle or really intense. So I've just kind of done a subtle contoured look today. Then next off for highlight, I'm really struggling because I've got like a favourite combination at the moment, which are Cult Beauty Classics and what YouTube made me buy. But then also I have like one of the favourite highlights from what YouTube made me buy. So I'll speak about that first, and it's obviously the Mary Luminizer. You guys know, phenomenal highlight, so buildable, can be natural. It's just such a good highlight, but I feel that the only reason I don't wear it that much is because it's kind of a yellowy base, and for some reason I like a pinky undertone to my highlights. I just feel like it makes them slightly more intense. So there's that one. The other highlight palette that I absolutely adore, which Rachel Leary got me into, was the Sleek Solstice palette. She was the first one to speak about it before all like the hype came up, but it is just such a phenomenal palette. It gives you a blinding highlight and is so inexpensive. So I really recommend this if you want a good highlight palette. But the two I'm going to use today are, firstly, the MAC Soft and Gentle. This has been around for years. As you can see, I've had it for a good few years. I love this highlight. It's so beautiful. And the other one is one that YouTube made me buy because a YouTuber created it, and that is Champagne Pop by Jacqueline Hill. You guys know I love this highlight. I think it's my favourite highlight of all time. I use it to death. You can't tell for some reason because it doesn't even look slightly indented, but this is such a good face palette as well as just a single highlight. It's incredible. So today I'm going to be mixing MAC Soft and Gentle with Champagne Pop by Jacqueline Hill. So first off, I'm just going to take Champagne Pop, put it all over the brush, and just put that on my cheek. Take it up to my brow bone as well. I'm going to put up my Cupid's bow, on my nose, a bit on my chin, a bit on my forehead. And all I'm going to do is dip my brush into Soft and Gentle and go over those places we just put Champagne Pop. Now obviously this is incredibly excessive, but I love a highlight, so I don't mind. And the next thing I'm going to buy is a product that YouTube made me buy. I would have never thought of buying it. When I saw people spraying stuff on their face, I was like, what the hell are you doing? It looked so weird, but this is incredible, and it's the Urban Decay All Nighter Long Lasting Setting Spray, and it really does just hold your makeup in place like bloomin' hairspray, this stuff. I love it. Lastly, onto lips. First off, I'm going to take a lip liner that Kylie Jenner made famous and then YouTube made famous, and then it was out of stock for months, but I finally got my hands on it like about a year and a half ago, and this is MAC's Soar lip liner. So then I'm just going to line my lips with this. Then on top of that, I'm going to use my holy grail product at the moment that YouTube made me buy because one of my favourite YouTubers made it, and that is the Jeffree Star Velour Liquid Lipstick in Celebrity Skin. I love this. I've mentioned it recently. It is my absolutely perfect nude. So I'm going to apply that to my lips. There you have it. That is my YouTube made me buy it tag, applying all the products onto my face so you guys can see if they truly work. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe. And I really hope to see you guys soon. Bye!